You are literally the only reality. Hi, I am your host, Guy Cheyenne, and welcome back once again to Rebuild Reality, where as always we talk about who we really are, why we're here, and how all of this stuff works. Now, I really want to nail this in today and give everyone a really big leg up on knowing and believing that you really are the creator of your reality. You really are the one in control. And as a matter of fact, the truth is, scientifically, that you actually have all the control right at your fingertips. Now, in 2022, there was a Nobel Peace Prize given to 3 gentlemen who proved that reality is an illusion, is a perception. And it must have been a pretty good, argument for that belief for them to get a Nobel Peace Prize. And many other scientists said it's been a long time coming because we've all known it. And it's time that this is like officially in, the doctrine that yes, we are creating our reality, that this really is an illusion. Now, what did they do? Well, they took a photon, and photons are some of the subatomic particles that make up matter, that make up our entire bodies, everything that we see. When we kind of pull up the covers on matter and we see what's making that, what's making all this work, well, we're going to find things like photons and electrons and things like that, which are creating our reality. And what they found was that when they took one photon and they separated it into what appeared to be 2 things, that was just an illusion. It was a complete illusion because for the photon, they were never separated to begin with. So this is what they discovered, was that there was not only no time or space, but there was no separation to begin with. And that reality, verifiably, scientifically proven, really is an illusion, really is a projection coming from us, from all of our beliefs, from all of our assumptions, from all of our fears, from all of these things that we've come to believe, that other people tell us, that news things tell us, and we just hook, line, and sinker believe all of it. Because that understanding, what our senses pick up on, is the reality that has been created for the illusionary purposes of having experiences, of having another to have an experience with in the first place. So the true reality is when we get into things that make up matter. Because if they are making up matter, well, that's the real reality. But the way matter works, the way it appears to work when we are seeing it on this kind of level that we're picking up with all of our senses and stuff, is completely different than it really truly is. So when we understand that this literally is a projection, well, then where are all of our problems coming from? As much as we hate to admit it, the people that are making these illusions into solid form are us. Every single one of us are doing that through our beliefs, our programming, our assumptions, our fears. We're doing it all. Every single bit of it. Because the truth is, you're the only one in the room. There's no one else. If there is no separation, that means that there are no opposites. There is no here or there. There is no up, there is no down. There is no good and no bad and no me and no you. We are all together, literally, scientifically proven to be one thing. This is what string theory is about. They're like, oh, what do you know? Everything's connected. And it's like, no, what do you know? Everything really is actually just one thing. That's why it's connected, because it looks like it's going through like a prism where it looks like it's all these separate things, but it's in reality one thing. Which is why when we're trying to do things in the world, it's so hard, because we don't know what the heck's going on. We're not perceiving the true reality about how things really work. That we're trying to, erase things in the mirror that aren't coming from the mirror, aren't coming from out there. They're coming from in here. So that means that we have to look at every single thing we're giving our power away to and completely reconsider this. So what is it that is in your way? What is it that you see? And this can be on, multiple levels. It can be on one big level. You might want to take the big thing that you're like, I want this so much. I want to manifest this so much. I've been trying, etc. And be like, okay, what am I assuming is true about it? And write it down. I'm assuming it's difficult because of this, or maybe it's going to be because of that, or, maybe this person is, maybe it's like your SP, for example, and, they'll never call you again because of this, or they're thinking this way about you now, then that hasn't changed, and it's probably worse than ever, because you know how the mind is, right? What does it do? It wants to think of the worst possible case scenario. That no, it's not going to get better. It's going to be just as bad or probably even worse, because it thinks that that's going to protect you. Well, of course, it just makes it your life and all your experiences just kind of go boom, 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 boom. If you keep expecting the worst, or keep expecting that nothing's going to change, or that things are hard, things are difficult, because they're not. It's just that when we are in the illusion of separation and things happen, we're like, well, that wasn't me. I didn't want that. It must be you or you or you. So we start assigning all these powers to all of these other people, to all these other things, to all these other situations. And that can be your family, your friends, your ex, or your current relationship. It can be the government, big pharma, Illuminati. It can be your things in your environment that are affecting you. It can be the mold or the pollutants. It could be the things in your food. What is against you? Is your food against you? Is your own body out to get you? What do you see as having power over you? That means that you have given that power away to something else that doesn't have it. The only power it has over you is your belief that it has power over you to begin with, which is why the seat of power, the center of power, needs to be here. No, my happiness doesn't come from that person. My happiness and my fulfillment doesn't come from getting that mansion or that car or that job or whatever it is. My happiness is here, and I am fulfilled, and I am amazing freaking now. All right? So we have to start taking our power back from all of these things and rewriting those stories. In fact, like one example you can do, let's say it's another person, right? And maybe it's your boss that's not going to give you a raise, or someone at work treating you like, or maybe it's like an ex or an SP that you want to be with. So you write it down. You write down what you're assuming is going on. What you're assuming is the block, is the problem, what they think about you. And then you're going to rewrite it. And you're going to rewrite that new story of how about some new assumptions. Because a lot of times, a lot of things we're assuming, most of them we don't even really know for sure that they're true anyway. So let's rewrite it the way you want it to be. Start telling the story of the way you want it to be. And by knowing that things like this, literally, that this is an illusion, that none of this is real, it's all coming from us. So how could we not take back our power when we literally, physically, scientifically proven are the only true reality here? We have to take on that confidence, that knowing, no, it is me. And I'm not going to settle for anything less, and nor should you, because you are literally the only reality here. Scientifically proven. So I am your host, Sky Cheyenne, and thank you for being here with me again on Rebuild Reality. And certainly thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, and for all of your beautiful, wonderful, I can't say wonderful apparently today, wonderful comments. And I'm going to see you here next time on Rebuild Reality.